Oh, okay, well, this is Ryder here at the page through on IVE's first album, IVE. Yeah, so this was just randomly at Barnes & Noble. It's probably one of their older stocked items that they just had alongside, like, Newest's second album. I've not been at Barnes & Noble, I think, for 2 months. I know I wasn't... I think it's been 3 months. I knew I didn't go there before Dirty Work actually got released, because I'm just gonna say here, I'm gonna skip it because I'm really not into it. But I made sure to take footage of it at least for Kwanya Verse 3. But I think my sister advised me to get this because it was only $12. I tried to look what this was, but weirdly enough, there's not really much information. However, I can actually talk about the tracks in this album because I've actually listened to it. Which is rare for me because when we initially did IVE Empathy, I did not listen to any of the B-sides, but now I can actually talk about how I actually like that album and such. So this jewel case is different from what the member-specific versions are, because that's why I'm assuming this has to be a US exclusive version. That's spoiled already. So here is the jewel case CD. I'm putting this in my pocket. Putting the B commander on top. That's the CD, not the jewel case. Because I would have assumed the card would have been inside, but I guess this is the entire booklet. Obviously has the concept photos and such. So yeah, they don't have it. They're really on and off. My Barnes & Nobles is really on and off with having IVE because it was just IVE Empathy. Then again, that's just because I think that's been the first album of theirs released statewide since this album. There's Eugen. So I've actually listened to this song out of curiosity, and then remembered, oh wait, my sister showed me this song. I do. This is a nice like opener to the album, and obviously everyone knows I Am. But this does have original titles. So this was originally titled Cool. This was originally titled I Am, or I'll Be Far Away. Unfortunately, I won't be able to like get in much depth with the songs because this is the only song. Obviously, the first 3 songs are kind of the only ones I've actually listened to a lot. The other songs are kind of fading for me. There's Gao. I really like this picture of her. I think this is the only concept comprised in here. Yeah, I remember Lips, but because at first I was like, this sounds like mine. I need to look at the like who's behind it, then I'll probably figure it out. Kitsch is not really one of my favorite IVE tracks. 90s bit. But that's the original title. This is not really one of my favorite. I'll admit it's not one of my favorite IVE tracks, but I really like the rap because I think they're credited, but Gao and Ray wrote the rap. but I don't know if they're credited. But I do like what I get what the song's talking about, and I think it is I don't want to say like, oh, it's a strong message as it's like groundbreaking, but it's like it's not a bad message. It's just the chorus is not really my favorite. Liz gets this one line, which is kind of ridiculous. But other than that, it's, it kind of after I heard Afterlike, it's like I mean I still probably like Afterlike a bit more than Kitsch, but they're kind of in the same realm of like they're not really my favorites. I already talked about Lips. I have to remember that in these pictures, Ray didn't dye her hair yet. Okay, so I think I'm getting. Oh, then here's mine. I think I'm getting how this is getting organized. What's that? I remember mine because I was like, okay, here's mine, and this is obviously I can only refer to Espa's mine, but I was like, okay, this is definitely a different. It's more of a from what I recall, it was more poppy. I I unfortunately don't remember a lot about heroin. That's not what I wanted to say. Heroine. How do you say it now? A heroine? Yeah. I'm saying the E. So the original titles for both of these was Talk About Us and I Like Her Better. And then there's Wanyan, which I think from what I've seen from Twitter, it's her birthday today. Because obviously they're going by Korean Standard Time. Wow, so this is a coincidence. Hypnosis and Not Your Girl. So the original title was Tempted, and the title was here. I think okay. I this is weird. I'm remembering the songs that are on the right but not on the left. But I know I need to listen to this one again. But my sister subbed that one, so that must mean she likes it. Then we have Liz. I think her like hair here compared to Afterlike, I think just looks better. But I will definitely say I think EXO or IVE Secret, I think they've definitely like kind of gotten the this is weird to say. They finally gotten like, oh, now we know how to actually style Liz with her natural hair. Because to me, obviously, it's like Liz is pretty iconic and blonde, but like you know, like it doesn't mean I'm against her being any darker shades. Just I think my sister and I just agreed. She definitely suits her hair. Definitely looks more suitable in lighter colors. Next page. I remember the last line, and I remember cherish. Yeah, so it's making mine. Alright, and it's selfish for original titles. And that leaves off Lisa. Oh, whoops. Yeah, I know. I remember Shine With Me. I used to cry. Yeah. That's a suitable original title. And we can look at the credits there. Is there music video credits? Yeah. Okay, so that's neat at least. Like, this just kind of came to me, but like, I just find it funny. So they give credits to the music video, but obviously they don't include it. I've never seen this picture, but I do like these outfits. They're they're like one nah. Let's just skip up. Also, yeah, obviously I already gave this the perspective of it's August 30th because you're gonna see that in the title. Oh jeez. But also that at this point I've done 1 day of shooting for Power Rider 10, which was pretty fun. So I've already kind of spoiled it for myself. We got a unit card of Wanyan, Ray, and Liz. So we got the 04 trio. That's pretty neat. And technically, so does that okay? So this is during in the photo shoot of Kitsch, I believe. And like I don't know what happened here. I don't know how much cards are included for this particular version. So it seems like the cards here are unit cards, but it's actually kind of cool to actually have an 04 trio. That's cool. That's actually cool. And in a sense, this is my first time pulling Ray and Liz, but at the same time, it's just so funny. In some sense, I always manage to pull Wanyan in every album I've gotten so far. That is actually hilarious. I'm curious if I will break that streak in IVE's Secret. But okay, so like I haven't heard it yet because I'm waiting for my sister to show it to me. I'm pretty sure my sister has already listened to it. But personally, I don't know what version of that album I want to get. I think I might just stick with I don't well, the Evil Cupid one, maybe the like pink-haired Liz concept too. But I don't know. I'm gonna go for whatever one is a well. I think it hits the States by the 10th of September. And at the same time too, um at the same time too, I will get Rich Man, but like I won't get every I won't try to like get every version or an assortment of versions. I know that we're going off topic. I generally kind of just want to get the energy version of Ning Ning and maybe a group one. I don't know. Like what I'm getting no. I'm getting the Barnes and Noble exclusive and the and Ning Ning's version. I think that's kind of how I'm settling because it's just especially with Whiplash, as I keep saying in these, it just kind of like, and also my sister constantly called me out about it, but it's just like, it's just, yeah, I think it's reasonable that it should be dialed back, especially because Armageddon, I kind of gave myself free range of like, it's the first album, I want to go all out. ironically, in the sense with IVE, that's not. I mean, that wasn't really the case. Like in this case, I actually heard the full album because that's not been the case for a lot of these and such. Was Baby Monster our last one? I don't remember, but I know I promised. I know I promised Super Junior, but I want to be a stickler. I want to be a stickler about Super Junior 25 and just kind of, in a way, try to get solely only Heechel's versions and such. Just because. And then Wendy is coming back to. I really want to get her. I really want to get her albums. But other than that, that's kind of it. I originally was gonna try to get Liz's Power Circles magazine, but then that got canceled. Because that was supposed to be my birthday written review. But then that got canceled, so I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do now. So, yeah. I Other than that, this is pretty simple, but it's pretty straight to the point. I think it's at least nice that it comes with a unit card. I think I don't know why this one doesn't have any information on, or not a lot of information on it, because I was trying to find like I've jewel case US, but there was only like a US like set, and it's like that's not what I'm trying to look for. Because then I only found a Macari listing. But if we, I don't want to lose this. I've jewel case. US. Yeah, cause like my sister was like, cause like my sister and I were kind of like, is there even going to be anything in this? Because like it's a jewel case. But I was like, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be. But yeah, it just looks like the jewel case version just has a unit card. So I just happened to get, I happened to get the 04 trio, which is nice. But I don't get why it's so hard to find this particular version. So what do I label it as? What am I supposed to label this video as? Because we're at the point now. We're at the point now where um we're catching up. We're catching up in terms of entries in this series. We just entered 2023 this week. And 2023 is going to end, I think, in 2023 is going to end, I think, by the middle of October, and then 2024 is going to roll out, and it only takes up half of October and half of November. So it's like, okay, now we're gonna have to. So like, I'm trying to figure out like, okay, how do I want to roll out the 2025 ones then? I originally was planning on concluding this with Super Junior 25 or Wendy's third mini album. Or maybe throw in Rich Man and Ive's Secret. And honestly, I was actually kind of considering picking up Baby Monsters or Drips jewel case and such, because I think that one actually has the concept photos I was kind of like looking for. But it was $11 more than this, so it's just like, you know what, this is pretty worth it. My sister was curious of what I got, so I have to do that. So that had to do with this page through. This is Ryder, and I'll leave you people. Bye.